doubt, they counting me out, I'm getting it in, yeah. No time for no loss, I'm paying the cost, I'm in it to win, yeah. Diffuse, mine, it can't be diffused. If you ain't thinking the same, then we playing by different rules. You can't see the vision, we living at different views. Until we complete the mission, keep getting up, never snooze. I walked a mile in my shoes, had the mind of a fool, chasing diamonds and jewels. Trust me, I was confused. Started minding my business and used my mind as a tool. Ended up finding my purpose and found the time to get to it. They told me I couldn't do it, they told me I couldn't make it. They sold it, could never break it. That's sadly mistaken. I need a piece of the pie, I want it so bad I can taste it. They told me, keep on running, toes, they gon' take them. Used to lose, built to win, applied myself, I felt it in. No time for the doubt, they counting me out, I'm getting it in, yeah. No time for no loss, I pay for the cost, I'm winning to win, yeah. Refuse to lose, I'm built to win, apply myself.
Welcome back to TTC. I'm your gracious host, Carl, and I'm back for another episode, man. We got some bowl games to go over for today and tomorrow, non-playoff. We got 5 bowl games to go over. One today, 2:30 Music City Bowl, which Iowa keep finding themselves in, to be honest. And we got 4 tomorrow, 5 with the playoff game, but 4 non-playoff bowl games tomorrow to go over, including my South Carolina boys, Citrus Bowl versus Illinois. Should be a good one. But before I get into the bowls, I ask that you like, comment, share, subscribe. It helps the channel, helps the network, it helps my channel, CTC, by way of the Refuse to Lose Network. Currently, we have 58 subscribers. Come on, man. Let's try to – I would love to hit 60 by New Year's Day, which is 2 subscribers, please. YouTube at Carl Talking College. Should be in the description. But we also got shows like The Main Show featuring Joe, Tomo, and Dave, Tuesday and Friday, 7 o'clock to about 8:30-ish. We have Unfazed every Tuesday, 9 o'clock Eastern, 8 o'clock Central, featuring Joe and AJ. We have BWT, Baseball with Teddy, Tiger Sign, Gleyber Torres. All your baseball content through there. Dave's Doghouse, who went live yesterday. Highlights, lowlights of sports. So make sure you listen to that one. RBO, Real Ballers Only. The Magic take another injury L with Jalen Suggs getting hurt yesterday. Make sure you listen to RBO for your NBA content. FFC, Fantasy Football with Coach Coombs. Hopefully, this is the last week to the last day of your fantasy football league. If you're going into week 18, I feel sorry for you, but fantasy football news through there. We have Kings Talk with Joe Jordan. Just going to talk about Mike Brown getting fired. All your Kings content through there. We have In the Red Corner, boxing featuring Ty, Ricky, and Tomo every other Sunday. Make sure you check that out. And I believe that's all the shows we have on the network. Always got to look. Boom, 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 boom. So please like, comment, share, subscribe to those channels as well. And if you like what you're listening, stick with us. Read these comments, and I'm going to go over. We got, I seem to always catch the early episode. Shout out my boy Dave. He also dropped his first episode, The Healing the Mental. Shout out to Dave. Says, have a great show, my guy. Appreciate it. Just a little show before I go to work. And then we got CTC with the shades. Shout out, bro. So yeah, let's get into it. We got our first bowl game, the only bowl game tonight, standalone bowl. We got the Music City Bowl. We got Iowa at Mizzou, 2:30 on ESPN. Mizzou comes into this one with as a 2.5-point favorite versus Iowa. Mizzou, 9-3 season. I would say a decent season. Got blown out in games where they played top 25 opponents. As the only top 25 opponent they did beat, I believe, was Boston College, which ended up not being ranked in the top 25 by the end of the year. But Mizzou's coming into this one without their top offensive guy, their main piece, Caleb Johnson. He is opted out, getting ready for the NFL draft. So in steps Kamari Moulton, who looks like he should be able to handle the job that Caleb Johnson has left him the responsibility of. We're going to start with Iowa. Iowa has to pressure Brady Cook. You got to be in that backfield early and often against Brady Cook. They want to get that passing game going for Mizzou. Now, Mizzou will be without Luther Burden III. He's also getting ready for the draft, so they will be without him. They got to run. Kamari Moulton, like I said, Caleb Johnson was the engine that made the offense go. Now it's on Kamari Moulton to be the same back. They got a key in on Theo Weiss. Theo Weiss is looking to be their main target. Luther Burden's gone. Mookie Cooper, I believe, is not playing, so Theo Weiss is going to step in as the number one guy for Mizzou. Give Brendan Sullivan some easy completions. Also, you got to let Brendan Sullivan be an athlete, use his legs. And you got to stifle Mizzou run. It's going to be by Nate Noel and Marcus Carroll. Stifle the run if you're Iowa, which Big Ten defense, they shouldn't have no problem there. Now, if you're Mizzou, you got to stop Kamari Moore and make Brendan Sullivan beat you with his arm. Get off the field on third downs. Force Iowa's offense behind the chains, making them to pass, forcing them to pass, Get Theo Weese's opportunities, give him the ball, and put up points. You want to make this a shootout. You want to make Iowa have to score with you. You don't want this to be a low-scoring game if you Mizzou. But my winner for this one, going Iowa. Iowa in the upset. Iowa, I think defense will stifle Brady Cook. Brady Cook doesn't have his go-to guy, Luther Burden. Like I said, I think Kamari Moulton will do a well of enough job in replacing Caleb Johnson in that backfield. I think those two edge rushers, they're going to cause havoc. I think this is a low-scoring game, which this is the type of game Iowa wants to play in. Iowa scores just enough to outlast Mizzou. And Iowa takes the Music City Bowl. So give me Iowa in the upset for today. Now we move on to tomorrow, where we have 4 non-playoff bowl games. We're going to start with the ReliaQuest Bowl. ReliaQuest Bowl is the first bowl game up tomorrow, 12 o'clock on ESPN. Alabama comes into this one as 13.5-point favorites, taking on Michigan. Michigan's without a lot of players. They're without Mason Graham, Will Johnson, Colston Loveland, Khalil Mullins, Donovan Edwards. They're missing a ton on both sides of the ball. Alabama's without a lot as well. I think Kobe Prentice isn't playing. I think the only 2 receivers throughout the majority of the year is Jeremy Bernard and Ryan Williams is playing for Alabama. Jalen Milroe is playing. Now, I don't know if he'll pull a Cam Ward and not play the second half, but he is playing so far. I think Malachi Moore is out with an injury. They're missing a bunch too, but I think they have more with Bama than they do with Michigan. So let's get into it. Bama got to run Jalen Milroe. He's been the heart and soul of this team. When he gets out the pocket, runs, and he creates those plays, he makes Bama almost unstoppable on offense. Get Ryan Williams the ball, the phenomenal freshman. Stop the run. Michigan's offense all year has just been run, and defense. Now they're without Khalil Mullins and Donovan Edwards, so it should be tougher for them to run the ball, but you got to stop the run. Get off the field on third downs and force third and longs, making Davis Warren, I believe, is the starter in this game, making him have to pass the ball. Now, if you're Michigan, you got to establish the run. Like I said, all year your offense has been run, and defense. Establish the run. Find some sort of a passing game, because you got to find – you don't have your 2 main backs, so you got to find some sort of a passing game, whether it's play action, something. You got to find something to be able to pass the ball. Contain Jalen Milroe's legs. You got to keep him in that pocket. Force Alabama to use their receiver depth. Like I said, their main guys is only Jeremy Bernard, I believe, and Ryan Williams. The rest, they're pretty thin at receiver. And make this game low scoring. You don't want Alabama to score points. If they're putting up points at a rapid pace, I don't think Michigan has a chance in this one. I'm still going with Bama to win just because, like I said, Michigan's offense is run, and defense. They're missing a ton on defense. They're missing their 2 backs on offense. They couldn't really establish a passing game with those backs, with Colston Loveland. It's going to be even harder to establish a passing game now that they're all out. Don't trust Michigan quarterback play at all. Give me Bama to win this game. Next, we got the Sun Bowl. Louisville at Washington, 2 o'clock on CBS. Louisville, Colin Lacey is back. They decided to redshirt him, so he didn't play at the end of the year. Ja'Cory Brooks is out. Tyler Shuck is out, so they don't have their starting quarterback and receiver. But they got Isaac Brown, the phenomenal freshman running back. For Washington, Will Howard is benched. So in steps DeMond Williams, the guy that they normally had him in for like package plays, like not wildcat runs, because he's an actual quarterback, but they was using him to run the ball and stuff like that. So this game is 2 o'clock on CBS. Louisville, like I said, 2.5-point favorites. Louisville, get Colin Lacey the ball. I mean, he was a big-time transfer. He did get hurt, which they redshirted him because he got hurt in the beginning of the year. He got hurt in training camp and missed a lot of games. So they was like, okay, we'll just redshirt him. Keep him for this extra year. He missed most of the season anyway. But he's a big-time transfer man out of South Alabama. So get him the ball, run Isaac Brown, contain DeMond Williams' legs. So like I said, he was the guy that they would come in, bring him in the game to run the ball or do some like wildcat stuff. Contain Jonah Coleman if he plays, the running back transfer from Arizona. If he plays, you have to stop Jonah Coleman. Make DeMond Williams beat you with an arm and force turnovers. Now, if you're Washington, you use them to run the ball in situations when you had Will Howard. You definitely got to use them to run the ball to keep the defense off balance now that he's the full-time starter in this bowl game. run Jonah Coleman, pressure Harrison Bailey, who is a senior but didn't play this year at quarterback. Stop Isaac Brown and get Denzel Boston and Giles Jackson the ball. Your two receivers, Denzel Boston, I think more the deep threat. Giles Jackson more the guy you want to get the ball to in space and make a play. But in this game, I'm going with Louisville. Why? I don't know what DeMar Williams is going to do as a full-time starter. Now, granted, you can say you don't know what Harrison Bailey's going to do as a full-time starter. You'll be correct in that. But I do think Louisville holds the more explosive offense. I do think Louisville's defense will do a pretty decent job of containing DeMar Williams. The X factor in this is how well Harrison Bailey will play. Now, he is a senior, so he's been around, but that's the X factor. Harrison Bailey is doing a really good job finding his guys and, you know, hitting Colin Lacey and hitting on deep shots, because I think Louisville will take some deep shots. Then I think Louisville wins this ball game. Now, Washington can stifle them on defense. They still do have Coach Steve Belichick until he leaves to UNC. He's leaving after the ball game. The defense could pressure him, rattle him, force some turnovers. Then we got a ball game. But if Louisville, like I said, they can hit these shots deep, run Isaac Brown, I think Louisville wins this ball game. Next, we have the Citrus Bowl. Should have saved it for last, but oh well. We got the Citrus Bowl. South Carolina comes into this game as 10.5-point favorites versus Illinois, 3 o'clock on CBS. I mean, not CBS, ABC, excuse me. I don't even know how I did that. On ABC. Now, South Carolina, they got a lot of their guys playing. Demetrius Knight playing that linebacker. Nick Omowori said he's playing that safety, which is a huge get. Y'all know how I feel. I felt like he was the best player on our team on the defensive end. Cal Kennard had an amazing season, won Defensive Player of the Year. But I don't know, man. It's tough. I love Nick Omowori at that safety spot. Now, Cal Kennard is out, but Dylan Stewart will play because he will be back next year. A lot of our guys are playing, so that's good to see. Now, for Illinois, Pat Bryant is opting out, the leading receiver for Illinois. He is opting out. They're already down Caden Fagan, who was out for the year at running back. Luke Allmeyer is going to have to do a bunch for Illinois. So, for the South Carolina Gamecocks, Lenore Sellers got to use his legs. He got to run. Now, he was key. Him using his legs was key against the win against Clemson. He had 2 rushing touchdowns, including a game-winning running touchdown. His legs will be very vital in this game. They got to run Oscar Ottaway. Rocky Sanders is opting out. He's not playing in the bowl game. We appreciate everything you did for us this year, man. He rejuvenated his college career. Actually upped his draft stock with us. But Oscar Ottaway is definitely a good enough back to transfer from North Texas to step in and do a great job. This guy really hasn't gotten the ball all year, but I feel like we need to find a way to use him a ton in this game, and that's Nick Harbor. Get Nick Harbor the ball, man. He's a tall, speedy receiver he makes great catches. Get Nick Harbor the ball. Pressure Luke Altmaier, man. Make him throw some turnovers. Make him make some bad decisions, miss some throws. And you gotta force some turnovers, like I said, for South Carolina, which is what South Carolina really typically does. They can force some turnovers, get to the quarterback. Now, Illinois, Zachary Franklin has to step up. Like I said, Pat Bryant is out. Zachary Franklin has to step up at receiver. Got to run Josh McCray because Illinois is really predicated on running the ball to set up the pass. Has to contain Lenore Sellers' legs. Find a way to hang around. They just got to find a way late in the ball game to find themselves down 3, down a touchdown, down 1 possession. Just find a way to hang around late in the ball game. And Luke Allmeyer has to have no turnovers, no fumbles, no picks, none of that. Just play a clean game. But I'm going with my boys, man. I'm going with South Carolina to win the Citrus Bowl. Very good defense. Very good defense. And I think that's the kryptonite to Illinois. You stop the run, put the ball in Luke Allmeyer's hands, force some turnovers, win the ball game. We have a really good defense. We have an offense that can move up and down the field. We're explosive. Quarterback can run. It's very hard to, I think, defend the South Carolina offense. And we're one of the hotter teams in college football. We're one of the hotter teams in college football. Players got lucky we didn't get in, but one of the hottest teams in college football. Give me South Carolina to win the Citrus Bowl. And the last bowl game I got for y'all today is the Texas Bowl. And featuring another super hot team, Baylor at LSU. Baylor was super hot to make it to the bowl games. LSU kind of tapered off at the end of the year. Baylor comes into this one as 3.5-point favorites. This game is 3:30 on ESPN on Tuesday. For Baylor, the reason why they've been so hot, got to run Bryson Washington. He has been an uplifting force for this Baylor Bears offense at running back. He has been a monster for them boys in the backfield. Sawyer Robertson continues to play, man. He's been doing a good job. Using the run to hit guys like Michael Trigg, which is another part of what they need to do. They got to feed Michael Trigg. He's also stepped up big in that winning streak, making spectacular plays. I remember the one-hand catch against Houston, I think, in the end zone. Michael Trigg has been phenomenal at tight end. You got to stop Caden Dorn. Caden Dorn seems to be the back of the future for LSU. For me, he's played the best out the back. So, got to stop him. And you got to pressure Garrett Nussmeier. Garrett Nussmeier, he's not a statue, but he's not super mobile. So, putting pressure on him forces him to use his legs. And I don't think Nuss really wants to do that. I think he wants to sit in the pocket. So, you got to put some pressure on Garrett Nussmeier. Now, LSU, Aaron Anderson and Xavier Thomas have to step up. CJ Daniels, transferred to Miami. Kyron Lacey is an opt-out getting ready for the draft. Mason Taylor, opt-out getting ready for the draft. So those guys got to step up at the receiving spot. Stop Bryson Washington. Again, like I said, man, huge reason why Baylor is so hot right now. You got to force some turnovers. Give yourself some short fields to work with. Get off the field on third downs. LSU defense is not particularly good this year. Getting off third down. Get off the field on third downs seems to be a problem for them. And you got to run Caden Dorn, man. Like I said, he looks like your best back. Back of the future. He's a freshman. So I think he'll be pivotal if LSU win this game. But I'm going with Baylor. In this one. The reason why they coming into this, like I said, they're hot. They're hot. LSU kind of tapered off. I think Bryson Washington has another great game. I just love the way Baylor's been playing lately. I'm going with Baylor to win this game. And I got one comment in the show. He said, man, it seems like the weaker teams been showing up. Carl, LOL, my picks have been on. Man, look, man, my bowl recaps, which they're on the way. Trust me, they're on the way. I got a lot to say about certain teams, man. I got a lot to say. First of all, I'll just say this here right now. ACC sucks. The ACC stinks. Now, yes, Carl just picked the ACC team in Louisville. Am I going to regret it? Maybe. But the ACC has been getting whacked. The only ACC winning bowl season has been Syracuse. And funny enough, Cal McCord. Didn't see that one coming. But now I did see Syracuse winning, but I didn't see them being the only ACC win. Now, Louisville can change that, but the ACC has been getting stomped in bowl week. He said, I'm just going to keep running with the SEC. I feel you. What SEC team just doomed us too. I can't remember what it was. But, man, ACC is getting demolished. And they're proving why I say every year they're the weaker of the Power 5, Power 4 schools. Power 4 conference, They're just at the bottom. They just are. But that's all I got for y'all today. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all day. Enjoy the game today, 2:30. I will be at work, so if I got time, I'll watch it. But can't wait till tomorrow, man. We got playoff games tomorrow. I'll be back tonight to talk about the playoff games tomorrow and Wednesday. 4 games. One Tuesday, Boise State, Penn State. Then we got 3 on Wednesday. Georgia, Notre Dame, Texas, Arizona State, and Ohio State, Oregon. So just be on the lookout for that tonight. The episode will drop tonight. But I'm gone. Peace.
Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all in the next episode.